Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Noarif bin Muhammad Nordin from AS1205I Group 1. Today our group will present our final year project entitled Spread the Light Around the World. As we know, energy is important and essential to our daily life and all living organisms. The sun directly or indirectly is the source of all the energy available on Earth. Our energy choices and decisions impact Earth's natural system in ways we may not be aware. So it's essential we choose our energy sources carefully. There are many types of energy such as thermal, chemical, light, nuclear, radiant and so on. Even though we live in this modern era, there are still a lot of people that lack of energy sources, which is electricity. Thus, our objectives are to help unfortunate people by suggesting a suitable solution for the electricity problem based on their country factor, and to encourage the society, especially the youth, to learn about the importance of science and what science can do to help people in daily life. According to the editors of Encyclopedia Britannica, energy in physics is defined as the capacity for doing work. There are many types of energy, but I will focus more to light generating energy. Light is defined as a natural agent that enhances the eyesight and makes objects visible, also a source of illumination, particularly an electric lamp. In this 21st century, there are some countries such as North Korea, Burma and Cambodia still do not have a permanent electricity source. Statistics show that 67% of developing world still goes without electricity. In Asia, as example in all countries, India has a largest population that does not have access to electricity, which is 304 million people. Then how about other countries besides Asia that have larger population than India? This situation will have a negative impact on the society in those countries. So this project is to find some initiative for them to obtain their own electricity. Okay, so next, we go to the literature review. The first one, Alfredo Mozart, bottle light inventor proud to be poor. So Mozart lamp was invented by Alfredo Mozart by using only plastic bottles filled with water and a tiny bit of bleach. The invention works as lamp by reflecting the light from sunlight into the house. The bleach is used to prevent algae from growing. This idea came about when one of the country's frequent electricity blackout in 2002, which took place at Uberaba in southern Brazil. At first, his boss suggested to use a discarded plastic bottles, fill it with water, and use it as lens to focus the sun's ray to create fire. The idea arises when Mozart started playing around by filling up the bottles and make circles of reflected light. So the next article is how one woman helped light rural India with solar lamp. So after that 2008 tragedy, Shah has helped cut the use of kerosene lamps in rural India by selling thousands of solar lanterns, street lights and home lighting kits. Shah has made her way as one of the few women running a company that sells clean energy goods in her world, where 1/4 of individuals lacks access to electricity. Forbes magazine's top 30 under 30 social entrepreneurs. For one, she has won Plough-Days and received more than $550,000 in support that includes a grant from the Great Energy Challenge of the National Geographic Society. So the third article is sustainable low-cost lighting. So for the country that has rainy season where at the most times there is not enough sunlight to generate power, a hydro generator will be used. The hydro generator will be integrated into the locust hut using a gutter system. The hydro generator will be used to recharge battery. On some occasions when there will be no rain, the hydro generator can be detached from the spin wheel and hand crank can be attached. It will take about 5 to 10 minutes to cranking to fully charge the battery. So here is the diagram of the gutter system and hydro generator system. Countries with the lowest access to electricity. Although the world is now more developed, there are also countries that still do not have adequate electricity resources. Furthermore, in many places, people with electricity can only rely on intermittent and substandard electric power. Statistics show that 67% of the developing world still goes without household electricity. Among the countries that do not have the electricity are Tanzania, Niger, Sierra Leone, Burkina Faso, Central African Republic, Liberia, Malawi, Burundi, Chad, and South Sudan. This is all the percent of the population that only have used the electric power. Such as Tanzania, only 15.3% of the population that use the electricity, and this so on for the other country.
Hi, I'm Muhammad Alinuran Bazli. So in this part, I will explain about the procedure and the result. So let's go. So basically, there are three types of method that we use in this study, which is we have the Mosel lamp, solar latent lamp, and another one the hydropower lamp. In this part, we will explain about what are the material used and also how does they function. Firstly, the Mosel lamp that found by Alfredo Mosel because of his place usually had a blackout, so he come out with a solution by using a refraction of light method. So basically, there are four types of material used in this method, which is water as the medium for the refraction, bleach, cleaning agent, the sunlight as the source of energy, and the recycled plastic bottle that act as a bulb. Next, how does it function? Firstly, we need to fill up the bottles by the water and a few drops of the bleach, where the bleach function is to prevent the growth of algae. The second one is the bottle is set up on the roof with 1/3 of the bottle is at the outside, while the other 2/3 is inside the house. From this figure, we can know how does the bottle were located. So whenever the incident ray from the sunlight comes to the bottle, it will penetrate the bottle and bend the rays a bit because of the different medium, which is from the air into the water. Next, once again, the rays will be bent due to the travelling of the rays from the water and turn back into the air inside of the house. So it will bright up the house. So for the example, this is how does the Mosel lamp used in the real life. You can see how bright it can be. The second one is the solar latent lamp, which is used the solar powered method. So for the solar latent lamp, the material used is the latent lamp as the body, and then we have the solar panel as the energy converter, and also a bulb as the output, and the electric storage to store the electrical energy. Also, we have the electrical components such as switch. Next, how does the solar latent lamp function? Firstly, we need to know how the solar panel function. As the structure of the solar panel are made by polycrystalline of silicon that make it has a free electron moving. By installing the PN type junction, it will produce a driving force for the free electron. Whenever it receives a photon, it will generate the electron hole pairs in the duplication region and making the electron doping due to the potential difference. The next one is the energy storage. The electron created from the solar panel will flow to the energy storage such as battery. As the result, the bulb can be functioned as usual as long as there is enough electric energy to power up the bulb. This is one of the example of the solar latent lamp. And the last one, the hydrogenated lamp, that pretty similar as the solar latent lamp function, but in this method we use the water as the source of energy. In this method, we have a generator to convert the kinetic energy to electrical energy. Also, we have a rain gutter to collect the water, making a flow of water. Then another one is the storage of energy to store the electrical energy. In hydropowered lamp, firstly we need to know the rules for the hydroelectric power. First thing first, we have the water level from the ground to increase the pressure to make a difference in potential energy. The second one, we have the volume of the water to determine the pressure or velocity of that water produced. Then we have to know the working of the generator. When the water flow through the turbine, it will produce a kinetic energy due to the spinning of the turbine. As the turbine is attached to the rotor that located within a copper wire that called a stator, the magnet will spinning and create a flow of electron between the coils of the stator. Then the electricity will produce and store into the electric storage. And the last one, the output result. The electrical component can be as usual as long as the electrical energy still have in the storage energy. So this is the illustration of hydropower lamp. The rain collector in the gutter will go to the ground passing through the hydro generator. From that, it will create a electrical energy and store it into the electrical storage, and also it can be used for the electrical component in the house. Last but not least, the data or the result. So from the three methods that we have studied, all these methods have a pro and cons. As the result, we have made a comparison between of them based on the several specifications to make sure it can be used for the rural country. Firstly, we have the reliability. In Mosel lamp, it produces a light that equivalent to 40 till 60 watt. As pretty similar to solar lantern lamp, it produces the same watt, but it depends in the LED use. But in the hydropower lamp, it can generate till 24 hours if there is continuous of rain for 1 hour. Next, we have the material use. In Mosel lamp, we can be easily found the materials such as the recycled plastic bottle, use water and also a bleach. But in solar lantern lamp, we use a solar panel, LED, rechargeable battery and other components of electrical. Then in hydropower lamp, we can use the complex materials such as gutter rail, generator and the electrical storage. The next one, we have compared between the source of light. For the Mosel lamp and solar lantern lamp, they are depends on the sunlight of the sun. Last but not least, the production cost. Mosel lamp has the cheapest production cost between these three methods, where we can get it below the $1. For the solar lantern lamp, we can get it from $10 to $20 depend on the design and the quality they provide. And the pricey one is the hydropower lamp, where it start from the $100 or more depend on the service offered.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I, Muhammad Sufran Sheikh bin Muhammad Syukur, will continue with the discussion of the studies. Next, we go to the suitability of each method. First is Mosel lamp. Mosel lamp is suitable for a country that has received the most sunlight hour in a year. For example, North America, Yuma City in the Yuma City with 4,015 and 15.3 hours of sunlight per year. And then we have also Africa such as Marsa Alam, Dakhla Oasis and Karga with 3,958, 3,943.4 and 3,790.8 hours of 1,790.8 hours of sunlight per year received by this country. So it's so suitable for this country to use the Mosel lamp. Next is the solar lantern. Solar lantern lamp is suitable for a place where there is a decent amount of sunlight. For example, a country like Egypt, Chile, United States, and Namibia. As for the Asia continent and Africa continent, they also can use the solar lantern lamp as they receive a decent amount of sunlight. Last but not least, the hydro generated lamp. This hydro generated lamp is suitable for a place that receives a huge amount of precipitation or rain per year. For example, Asia continent due to the summer monsoon season. June to September. And we also have a Europe continent like Spain and South America like parts of northern Argentina and southern Brazil. And also a country that have this dark blue dot in the world map. the advantages from each method. The first method is the mausoleum. So the advantage of the mausoleum is the production cost is very low, which equivalent to is $1 or maybe less than $1. It can be operated by young children and adults. It is also an eco-friendly method or solution or lamp. This mausoleum also need a low maintenance. Second is solar lantern lamp. Solar lantern lamp can be used anytime as long as the battery has been charged. It can be taken anywhere. It is portable. Due to the solar panel embedded to the lantern lamp, it is also eco-friendly. It offers a low maintenance and repair. Generated lamp, it can generate a large amount of energy. It can also be used for other electrical appliance or equipment. The disadvantages. Okay, so I'll continue with the disadvantage of each method. So the common advantages of the mausoleum is its dependency of the sun on the sun, because when there is no sun, so there's no lamp for the mausoleum. It is also low in durability. Next is solar lantern lamp. Solar lantern lamp is a bit costly compared to the mausoleum due to the price of the solar panel. It also requires a regular maintenance, and it's also a low durability, as it can easily crash or broken. Last but not least is hydro generated lamp. Hydro generated lamp is very costly, as we all know. The price is about $100 or more. It's only suitable in a certain place and country where there is a huge amount of rain or raining season. It's also require a high maintenance to every year. Next is the conclusion of these studies. In conclusion, each method have their own advantages and disadvantages. To keep it simple, each method can be used for the rural community according to their own suitability with the method. For example, people in India is receive a decent amount of sunlight can choose either mausoleum or solar lantern lamp according to the household affordability. As for the country like Brazil or in Asia continent, where there is a more raining season, can go with the hydrogenated lamp, as it offers more sustainability even though it's quite pricey. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.